because I was using my guards for customers, so now I'm using it for you and me. So I have to get new guards. I didn't want to use my old one.
Guys, look how bad my toes look. Ignore my family in the background, but look how bad my toes look. My toes look really bad. I neglected them for a really long time, which is perfect because this is the perfect time to show you guys a video. You guys have been asking me for a live of me doing my pedicure for a really long time. So yeah, so here goes the live. I'm going to share the live first. Yeah, I gotta get these dogs together. Y'all should see the other foot. Let me get the other foot up. My stomach being away. I know I'm ashy. I'm gonna do all the fun stuff at the end, all the moisturizing and stuff at the end. Look at this baby toe, y'all. This is crazy. So yeah, so I'm going to fix these up. I'm only gonna do one foot for you guys because you know y'all don't want to be here all day, and y'all know I talk a lot and it takes a lot. I have to do an acrylic repair on this toenail, and I'm going to do an acrylic repair on this one just because if I file this top off, I'm not sure if I'll still have some strong corners, and I want to have strong corners. So yeah, I'm gonna put some acrylic on top of this one. I'm gonna leave them long. You guys know, like, I know y'all don't like my process, but you guys are just gonna see me freestyle it because this is a really bad looking foot. So give me 1 second. I gotta share the live because I always forget to do so. And you can comment and all that good stuff. Hey Facebook and hey YouTube. Let me know where you're watching from. I am going to start off by removing my polish. I literally, y'all, I have no idea how long I've had this set. Or how long it's been since I've done my toes. It's been over like 5 months. It's been over 5 months. So, you know, I've neglected them, and I've been telling myself, you know, for months that I'm gonna do them, and I'm gonna do a live, and I'm gonna do a video, and all this good stuff, and I just have not. There's still some gel polish, obviously, left from the last time I did French, and I'm going to use a sanding band to just remove that. I don't have to be super abrasive with it because it's obviously old. I'm trying to zoom in for you guys, but like, oh, that's too much. The app that I'm using is different. So I'm just gonna do, this is part of the prep process. I'm gonna remove any of that white and any other gel. It was French. I think I'm gonna do French again because I don't know. Just obviously it lasts a obviously it lasts a long time. And then obviously I gotta do a live for my nails because my nails are so busted. My birthday was like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I don't know. My birthday was a while ago. It was this month. And I did not have my nails done for my birthday. I didn't do anything. I slept my entire birthday away. But that's a good thing. That means my year's gonna go well. Rest now because you have a lot to accomplish this year. That's how I took that. So I'm just removing this white. Let me grab a napkin. Well, that didn't help. Got this cheapo napkin from Dollar Tree. So I don't like to cut them first. As a matter of fact, I don't like to cut them at all. I like to remove the polish so that I can see the length and see exactly what I'm working with. And then when I file them down, or when I cut them down, I use the file. So I file them down instead of actually cutting them, because obviously they're pretty strong. And because they're so hard, if I use the toenail clippers on them, it's possible that I can break a nail down too low. So I like to file them down with the e-file instead of, So this is a medium sanding band. I've already used it. This is what I'm going to use to file down. These nippers are from Amazon. Nothing special. These might not even be my best ones. I have another pair in my box, but they're nice and sharp and they close. I don't suffer from ingrowns anymore because I let my toenails grow out, but there's always dead skin on the side, so just go in and get that. And then if there's dead skin underneath, I'll just grab a cuticle pusher. This is my new favorite. I got this from the nail supply. If there's any skin, obviously there's going to be a lot of skin if you wait 5 months to do your own pedicure. Sometimes I get a little anal and I don't mess with my polish, but I still go in and I clip my cuticles. Just going to clip the side so that there's no buildup of skin right there. So normally, well, the way we were taught in school was to soak the feet first and then do all of the clipping and filing and all that stuff. But because I do gel pedicures and I only do gel on my own toes, I do all of the soaking and stuff afterwards. So I do a dry pedicure, which is just me right now, removing the dead skin, pushing the cuticles back, and prepping my natural nails. And then after I'm done with the enhancements and the gel, then I can do all the soaking and the moisturizing and even like paraffin wax. So that's how I do my pedicure. So it's kind of backwards, but the dry pedi, I do a dry pedi first and then I go back and do the fun part with the water. Now I'll probably only, I usually only take care of my big toes when it comes to dead skin because I don't normally have excess dead skin on my other toenails that I can't get with a file, with an e-file. If you train your toenails, I always say that, if you train them, which means leave them alone, let them grow out, even if they're ugly and they look like claws, you can definitely grow out your ingrowns. And if you have a professional, or if you are a professional, you just continue maintaining your toenails, you can get to a point where you don't have to really do a lot of cuticle nipping. Babe, can you hand me a towel off of my desk? Like one that's underneath everything. Sorry, y'all. Do it sound like a barbershop in here? Hey, Raven. Happy birthday. It's Taurus season, y'all. Whenever I think of a Taurus, I think of a schedule. I think of somebody being always on schedule, always on time. Routine. I think of routine. As far as like male, my husband said, "What you trying to say?" It's Taurus. Taurus is his moon sign, and so you operate a lot like your moon sign. So he needs a schedule. He always needs a schedule. He always needs structure. It has to be routine. And then it's funny because I'm an Aries, and that's the complete opposite of that. And we don't like routines, and we don't like getting bored. So, but he he has to be bored. Like, he can't wake up and do something different every day. He got to do something the same every single. It's like he got to have a set schedule. So that's the balance of my life. But it's tourist season, y'all. Okay, so before I get started on these other toes, I am going to just lightly prep this one. And remember I was saying I can get that dead skin with the sanding band. It's not too abrasive. You don't want to push down hard. You don't want to put down too much pressure, because it's still your natural nail. You want to preserve it. As you can see, there's still a little bit more gel on there, but it's clear, so it's not a big deal. But I do like to get most of the gel off, because obviously, as you guys can see, my toenails are always really stained. They've always been like that since I was a kid, and so I always got yellow I always had yellow toenails. And one time, one of my like, I have an auntie who's only 4 years older than me, so like we grew up like sisters. And so she was in high school and I was in middle school, like right behind her. And one of her friends, it was middle school, y'all, one of her friends saw my feet, I don't know how, and he was like, "You got Ninja Turtle feet." And I never forgot it ever in life. So like, that was the last day that I ever like didn't have my toes done. And so I started doing my toes consistently at like 13. That's when I started doing my toes. So I'm going to start on this one. I'm going to apply a little bit of primer since I'm going to be putting an enhancement on it. I'm not going to cut it down yet. Like I said, I don't know if my corners are going to be strong enough. So I'm going to add a little bit of acrylic. Not a lot. I put acrylic on the entire toenail, but I don't do a full acrylic nail on the toenail. And I know that doesn't make sense, but I'm going to show you now. I put a lot more emphasis on the, get out my dapping dish. Put a lot more emphasis on the tip than I do the base, because honestly, the base is not that important if your tip is strong. You can also do this with hard gel. I like to use clear when I'm doing my acrylic, because I like to see what's going on underneath my acrylic at all times. You know, I see people using nude or pink or maybe even like a milky white acrylic, but I use clear because, like I said, I like to see what's going on. Acrylic toenails require maintenance, so you don't want to not be able to see if you have a greenie or something like that, you know. And then I'm also going to be doing an acrylic extension on my baby toe. I don't have to, but I'm going to. This toenail used to always split, so as a kid I used to file it across all the way down, and then this piece right here, the split is, I hope you guys can see it, the split is right here. It literally splits into two different toenails, and it has done that my entire life. I don't know why. Maybe something happened when I was a kid or whatever, but rather than a toenail, this is more like a callus. It's kind of weird. And I clip it down as far as I can, just so that the crack is kind of, it's not really visible anymore. It doesn't look like it's split. Okay, so I'm gonna cover this up because there's some dead skin right there that I want to get. And to get it, I'm going to use a cone, like ice cream cone. And I use it for cuticle prep and sealing the cuticle area at the end. Oh, see, hey Khadijah, thanks for checking in. Khadijah said that she sees a lot of texts doing the dry pedicure. And honestly, a lot of techs do dry pedicures now because a lot of techs are not in like salons anymore. So if you don't have the plumbing or a full pedicure chair, or you don't want to do like the footsie bath, like my studio has a footsie spot, and I got the chair and stuff, and my clients like it. I've never had any complaints. I enjoy it. I like the chair. It's pretty comfortable to me, but it's not the same thing as, you know, an actual what's it called, an actual pedicure chair when you go to the salon with the little massagers that are pretty uncomfortable and stuff. Okay, so that is the new toe, the little baby toe that I gotta fix. Put some primer on that as well. You can still see the split, but I'm gonna take care of that. So again, I'm gonna start with my clear, this is a size 18 brush, nothing special. Straight here. My monomer is kind of glittery, so don't judge me. So you can use a form, or you can just kind of free ball it with a pretty dry bead. I do not use tips on toes. I don't recommend using tips on toes. I can't say that like never do it, because just because I don't do it doesn't mean it doesn't work for other nail technicians. I personally don't think it's safe. I think it's best to just build the nail free form or with a nail form, same thing. Because then you don't have that extra plastic and glue that can lift and cause greenies and bacteria that is just not fun, especially for toes. Like, it's one thing to have certain bacterias and stuff on your hands. You can see your hands all day, you can touch them and kind of medicate them all day, but when it comes to your toes, they're in socks, they're in shoes, skates, whatever. But yeah, you don't really want your toes to be enclosed like that with all of that product. So right now, the only product you see on my toenails is going to be this acrylic. No glue, no plastic tip. So as you can see, I went in with half, but it's not necessary to do an entire full arch and apex area and all that stuff on. It's a toenail, y'all. So I just wanted to make sure that my corners were there, and they are, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna let that dry. The reason why I didn't work on my other toenails yet is because I knew I had to do this one first and then, you know, let it dry. And so while it's drying, I can do all my other toenails. I am going to do, though, one thin layer. Well, I say it's thin, but it's really just a watery bead, just to reinforce that acrylic. And of course, I'm going to cut them down. They're not going to be this long, but I know now that when I do cut it down, I'm going to have some corners. Same for this toenail, which I have never done acrylic on before. So welcome to my virginity being taken. Small bead. Small bead, but it was like too big actually. But I'll let it kind of set a little bit. Should have pulled out my smaller brush, but you know me. Just shape it. Again, just making sure I have some corners so when I start filing, it'll look more uniform. I don't have to do a super tiny French on a super tiny toe. Alright, so again, I know it doesn't match with the rest of my toes, but I like that clear so I can see what's going on underneath, just in case I have any issues. I haven't had any issues with acrylic on my toes. I've been doing acrylic on my toes for almost my entire career. So I haven't had any issues, but I know that other people do. I know that everybody doesn't do the same technique as me. I know everybody doesn't take care of their feet the way I take care of my feet. So, you know, what works for me doesn't work for everybody else. So now I'm going to start filing down these toenails. And I'm going to go back to my sanding band. So remember, I use a sanding band to clip my toenails instead of the actual toenail clippers because I don't want to shatter my toenail when I cut the length down. So in order to avoid that, just use the E-file. And I like my toenails to go right above the skin, barely above the skin. So, and then I still do a little bit of filing afterwards. So you guys see how you can see the skin peeking over the top of my toenail? That's how I like it. And then the same with this one. Bring that down. That one had a little high top fade going on. Look how my toenails curve around my actual toes. It's really sad. It's when I let them get this bad, it's pitiful. I'm surprised that they don't break more than they do, but they're really strong. The toenails usually are, if you leave them alone. So I'm still going to do some filing with the hand file. So I'm not going to bring them all the way down. Just trying to see if that acrylic is dry. Still on the wet side, but it's dry enough to file down. Did all that just for these itty bitty tiny corners, but that's okay. So again, it's still going to be a little bit shorter than this when I'm done, but I'm going to file it down as much as I can right now. I'm going to turn my E-file down a little bit Oh, son, Daddy's already done with your haircut?
No.
Oh. I was about to say, that was quick. Oh, well, that was quick. Daddy said you almost done. That's true.
Yes, I do.
I mean, you don't have as much hair as you had, son. You don't have as much hair as you used to have. It was a lot more maintenance when your hair was longer, but now that you cut it off, your haircuts don't. I know not all of it, but you cut most of it off, so now your haircuts don't take as long.
So I don't want it anymore?
Well, as long as you keep your hair short. You want to keep it short, then yeah, you're always going to have short haircuts now.
Good.
Good?
Because I don't like having long hair.
You don't like having long hair?
No.
Really? I did not know that, son, because you held on to that hair for a long time.
I do not like having long hair cut.
Oh, you don't like your haircuts taking a long time. Okay, that I understand.
Yeah.
Daddy has a point.
Well, I do got it.
You do not have a job. What's your job? What you do?
To be a construction worker.
You're a construction worker? Okay. I know that's right, son.
Oh, that's good. This is so exceptional.
Hey, Beanie. Baby spawn is up. So then I take my file. This is an 80 grit file. It's the same hand files that I use for my nails. It's like Carlash on Amazon. I do not get paid to advertise them. I just really like this file. So I like to taper the sides with my hand file, especially on this toe specifically, because it's a it's a slightly clubbed toe, so it's wider than the rest of my toes, my toenails, and well, my toes in general. So I do this little optical illusion where I make the toenails skinnier, so it looks like it matches the rest of the toenails. I know. Like I said, I've been doing my toes since I was 12, 13 years old. That boy should have never told me I had Ninja Turtle feet. I had to get my life together. Because when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to get my nails done. I wasn't allowed to go to the nail salon and stuff like that. So that was not a thing in my house. So all of my nail care I did on my own. So I've actually been painting my own nails since I was 7. Well, polishing my own nails since I was 7. I've always had insomnia, so my mom used to walk in and it'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be getting frustrated polishing my nails. And one night she came in, I thought I was gonna get in trouble, and she was like, you just gotta practice. You gotta practice more. Most people can't use their left hand. So when she told me that, she kind of gave me the green light that I can keep on practicing my non-dominant hand at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was on from there. Really? A little air bubble in my acrylic. Gonna buff it out. Alright, so that's most of the shaping, and then I'll be finishing the shaping at the very end after all of the polishing is done. Don't touch that, Beanie. Don't talk back. Don't be rude. Alright, so this is just some alcohol. get most of that dust up. I'm going to do primer on the natural toenails because I have to do base coat on those. I'm actually going to base coat all of them, but you don't have to put primer on top of acrylic. It goes underneath enhancements such as gel, hard gel acrylic. That baby stole my, I had some little paper towels ripped up, and that baby stole them. Because I don't use toenail separators. I don't use toe separators. For me, they've always been uncomfortable, so I've always just used toilet paper or tissue. That's just me, though. Both ghetto and cost effective. Okay, so I'm gonna do a base coat because that white sits better on top of a base coat. Oh wait, before I apply the base coat, I'm going to cure for 30 seconds, just a quick cure of my, what's that stuff called that I just put on, my primer. I'm gonna let that dry for a second. I don't know why it seems like it works better when I cure it, but I don't know. That's my personal preference. All right. So a quick cure. Now I'm gonna go in with my base coat. If I could find it.
Okay.
I just had it. Okay. Base coat. I'm not picky about base coats. If you guys know me, you know this. I don't really care about which base coat I use. Just pick one. They all work the same. I don't have any preferences for a base coat, like, oh, I need it to be thick or I need it to be whatever. It's a base coat. Relax. My braids are getting in the way. Okay, so I'm gonna do another 30-second cure. Normally when I'm curing one foot, I'm usually doing the other, but I'm just gonna do one foot in its entirety for you guys, and then I'll turn this video off, and then I'm gonna do another video of my other foot, but I'm not gonna do it live because this is not comfortable. Alright, so I'm gonna go in with my white, and this white is from Amazon. I told you guys like last month or whatever the last time I went live that I got a lot of my gel polishes from Amazon. Okay, so my nail is crooked, so I have to be mindful of that when I'm doing my French, because I need my French to still be popping. So I go lower on the sides. repeat on all my toenails. I'm almost out of this white. That's just me being lazy because I got like 3 other whites somewhere. Not even somewhere, like if I looked hard enough I could find them, but I just have so many polishes. And usually whenever I buy a gel polish set, it always comes with a white, so I have like a bunch of whites in stock. But I like to use my polishes up to the end before I start replacing them. Now this is how I was taught how to do it. Well, this is how I was taught how to do it after nail school, because I had the luxury of working with somebody who was a former nail teacher. So after school, when I was done with school, this is just alcohol, you guys, and this is a 3D brush. You can use any brush you want, but this is just alcohol and a 3D brush. I'm not dipping the brush, I'm making the brush damp because you don't want it to be too wet. And just outline that smile line. This is why I do the sides lower than the rest, because I like that curve. And you can always go up a little bit higher. I don't like to go up too high. Son, you gotta sit down because I need to concentrate. Can I have a yogurt too, babe? Still working with the same damp brush. It does not have to be wet. I prefer it not to be wet, otherwise that white can bleed. Thank you, babe. Ooh, it's cotton candy. I like to use my 3D brush because it's more precise. So number 2. Oh, that's her hair. I gotta do my baby girl's box braids tonight. Her hair just came from Amazon. Y'all, I ordered some hair off of Amazon because for my own hair, because I'm allergic to braiding hair, or I break out, like it makes me break out. And I'm not doing that whole vinegar rinse and all that stuff. Like, I'll wash the hair, but I don't think it needs to soak in vinegar overnight and all this extra stuff. Like, I just want it, I want my braids, I want braid hair to come like ready. So I just tried this brand on Amazon for like some really straight human hair, and I really liked it, and it was inexpensive, and my head is not itchy, and my scalp's not breaking out. So I tried it first just to make sure that it was gonna work and I was gonna have enough hair. And not only did I buy enough hair, I bought too much. And now that it's been a week and I haven't had any issues with the hair, I'm gonna do my daughter's hair tonight. Well, I'll probably do it tomorrow because I gotta do my nails first, because I like to do stilettos on my nails when I'm doing my daughter's hair because it helps me. Sorry, I struggle with that one a little bit. And I've had this 3D brush. I mean, if you guys haven't seen me use it before, I've had this 3D brush since 2013. There you go with it. Kind of getting my brush a little bit more wet because the polish kind of dried up on me a little bit, stiffened up on me. That's what she said. My little baby toe, poor baby. Gonna take good care of you. Gonna make you look normal like your sisters. Okay, so this is just the first coat. Once I'm done with this, I gotta go back and do another coat, obviously. Starting with that cure, nice and tight and white, and then I'm gonna start over and ruin that fringe. So I use the 3D brush on my toes because obviously, like, you need a smaller brush for your toenails. Because all my life I've been using this same exact I've been using this French brush. I've had this French brush for I don't know how long, but I've been using this my entire nail career, and it's never steered me wrong. But obviously, you know, on toenails you want to use something smaller. So I like to experiment with different brushes. I'm not too picky about which brush that I use, but my go-to is the 3D brush. So if I have that handy, I'm just going to use that. And then I'm only using it for French, so it's not like I'm putting a whole bunch of harsh chemicals on it, or I'm like bending it and getting the bristles all frayed or anything crazy like that. Alright, so that first coat is done. I'm going to go in with my second coat of gel. And I'm just going to ruin my French. Go down just a tad bit lower. And it's not important for me to cap the top or go across the top because I'm going to file anyway, so there's not going to be any white at my tips. And then this also gives me a chance to fix anything that I didn't do that well on the first round. For example, my smile line is always like, it's always a hot mess, y'all. But I go back and I try to redeem myself. And this just makes sure that that white is opaque. Are you over there eating cake? What did you just say? Have I seen your toes? Your toenail broke off? That's okay. It needed to be broken off anyway. It wasn't attached to the skin. No, do not put your toes on camera. Hashtag married to a nail tech. Can I put my toes on camera? Can I put my toes on camera? With her hair came in a big old pack, babe. My hair didn't come in a pack that big. Oh, you know what? No, it didn't. But that's why I ordered other stuff. It didn't come in a big box. It came in a package, remember? It came in like an envelope. But her hair, yeah, I remember it came in a brown envelope. I remember you put it on Beanie's station. I mean, on Beanie's station. Put on Beanie's high chair. But, what was I gonna say? Her hair is longer than mine. I got 20 inches. She got 26 because the pink doesn't come shorter than that. So that's probably why the box is bigger.
So you can put the pink in the front?
The pink is going to be in the back, and then I'm going to use my leftover black to do her front. Because she don't need pink in the front.
So her hair gonna be longer?
No, I can cut it. It doesn't have to be 26 inches. She don't need no 26-inch hair. No, it'll probably, I'll probably be able to stretch it a lot more because it's so long. It will. I actually got that on sale yesterday. When I bought it, it was on sale. It was only like $2 off though, but it was on sale. But the regular price is still cheap. Yeah, for now. I was thinking about like buying a whole bunch just to always have it, and that way, like before the babies get here. Yeah, before that time comes, I can have my hair done and I'll be looking crazy like I always do. Alright, so I'm gonna do 60 seconds and cure that right all the way. And then top coat, file, and then I'm done. And honestly, that was decent timing, because usually I literally sit here and I just take my sweet time, and y'all know I talk y'all heads off, but I did good today. Hey Luz checking in from YouTube. Hey baby. What's wrong with her? What's wrong? Goodness, that's a you took my toy cry. You're not sharing with me and I'm the baby. All right, so 60 seconds cured. Gonna top coat and then file them. And then as they grow out, I'm gonna be ghetto and I'm going to continue filing them down. That's why the fringe is pretty thick, which I don't ever mind, but I know some people be like, ew, your fringe is so thick. I know, that's how I like it. Relax. This is just some regular top coat. I don't do two coats of this top coat because you don't have to. But if like you're wearing like black dark socks, blue socks, and stuff like that, you may want to do an extra coat of top coat. That way your white doesn't get stained, because there's a lot of dye in clothes and socks especially. So I remember one time I went skating and I wore these new Ninja Turtle socks that I got from, that's funny because I was just talking about how I had Ninja Turtle feet. But I had these Ninja Turtle socks that I got from Ross, and I was super excited to wear them. And I put them right on, I took them straight to the skating rink, put them on, and my skates were new, so they were pretty, they were still kind of tight on my feet. So when I took my socks off at the end of the session, my white toes were like green and black. Well, not green, they were blue and black and purple, and I had just did them. I was like, oh my goodness. But depending on how strong the dye is, you can probably get some alcohol or some peroxide and just wipe it off. But a lot of times if white is stained, it's just stained. So that's a non-wipe top coat. So if I touch it and it's dry, then it's dry. I'm gonna go back in with my hand file. Just kidding. Got a lot more to file down than I thought. E-file it is. Work smarter, not harder. So like I said, I like my skin to peek out the top of my toenail. I don't really like my toenails going beyond. I don't like them starting to curl like you guys saw earlier. Another reason why I have to do my French stick, because I'm going to be filing down at the end as well. So I don't want to make them too thin and then file away most of my French. I've made that mistake before. So I'm just coming from the bottom of the toenail and then filing upward. That way I don't scratch myself. So I'm gonna go back in with some alcohol. Braid here all over the place. Alrighty. I'm sorry that my lighting is not the best. This is the same cuticle oil that I've been using, y'all, since December. I've been using it for such a long time. It's barely gone. But I got this from TikTok. Somebody on TikTok sent this to me from TikTok shop. Her name is Cece's Closet, and she chose peach for me, and I love it. It has hibiscus in it. and it smells amazing, and obviously it's lasting a super long time. I love the dropper because obviously you don't want to cross contaminate. So this is the cuticle oil that I've been using. It's obviously a body oil, it's not even for cuticles, but you know, I only use it for cuticle oil. That's why it looks like it hasn't been opened. But if you guys look at my last few lives, you can see I've been using it consistently. So yeah, I've been using it. You don't need a lot, a little goes a long way. And like I said, I'm ashy, so I can not only put this on my cuticles, but rub it into my entire foot, because it is, like I said, a body oil. It says it right says it right here on the bottle. And it came packaged so nicely. It was glass, it's glass, so it was packaged very nicely, and it also got lost in the mail during holiday season. So for it to get lost in the mail and it still came intact and nicely packaged and with a postcard and everything. So check them out, CC's Closet on TikTok shop. My feet are swollen, y'all. They probably will be swollen for a long time. But once the swelling goes down, I'll throw on some heels and whatever for that pedicure. But for like my next 3 or 4 pedicures, I'm gonna be having some nice swollen feet. But that's okay. All right, so it would be at this point that I started soaking and doing the callus removal and the scrub and all that extra stuff. So yeah, toesies are finished. Well, this foot is. Look at my other busted foot. This. Let me zoom out a little bit. Is it gonna let me zoom out? Yeah, there we go. All right, 2 different feet, y'all. Look at this though. This is so crazy. But so yeah, so now I gotta do this foot because this foot looks crazy. But I'm done. You guys have been asking me for that live for a while, and that's how I would do it. I guess I can do a live in the future of me doing somebody else's toes and then actually completing the pedicure and the scrub and the paraffin and all that stuff at the end. So I just don't like recording at the shop because, you know, it's girl time and girl talk, and, you know, it gets loud in there and it gets girly in there, and yeah. So anyway, I like to do my lives and stuff in the comfort of my own home or when the shop is closed. So, but there will be a time where I'll do a full pedicure for you guys. But thank you for watching. I love you guys. Thanks for checking in. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that, just comment it, and then I'll come back later and I will reply to your comments. But thanks for watching. I love you. Make sure you share the live. Please share the live. Don't be stingy with me. I like to teach everybody, not just you. But thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you guys later when I actually do my nails. So talk to you guys later. I hope you guys had a beautiful weekend, and God bless. Let me see how I can turn this off easily. Last time on TikTok I was stuck.